You walk into people's lives thinking you're just passing through, but something about your presence lingers long after you leave, reshaping how they think, feel, and remember themselves. You don't realize it yet, but the way you listen, the way you pause before speaking, and the way you look at people makes them feel seen in a world that usually ignores them. There's a quiet gravity to you that pulls people closer without force, without backwards, simply because they feel safer being honest around you. You change people not by trying to fix them, but by making them feel understood exactly as they are, flaws and all. Some people don't fall for you. They awaken because of you, realizing parts of themselves they had buried for years. You leave impressions, not scars, echoes, not wounds, memories that resurface when people need courage the most. The way you exist so unapologetically reminds others that they, too, are allowed to take up space. You make people question the limits they accepted too early in life, simply by showing them a different way to breathe. You don't dominate rooms, yet rooms feel emptier when you're gone. That's a power you haven't named yet. People open up to you without understanding why, as if your energy gives them permission to be real. You shift the emotional temperature wherever you go, cooling anxiety or igniting hope without ever intending to. Your kindness doesn't feel performative, it feels rare, and that's why it changes people. Some people will never forget you, not because of what you did, but because of how you made them feel about themselves. You trigger growth in others simply by refusing to shrink who you are. Even your silence speaks loudly to people who are used to being unheard. You're the kind of person who makes others reconsider their choices, their relationships, and sometimes their entire direction in life. Without realizing it, you mirror people back to themselves. And not everyone is ready for that truth. Your presence makes people uncomfortable only because it challenges the masks they've worn too long. You awaken emotions in others they thought were long gone, and that scares some of them. You carry a calm intensity that doesn't demand attention, yet commands respect. People feel braver after talking to you, even if they can't explain why. You don't heal people by giving answers. You heal them by asking the right questions. There's something about you that makes people want to be better, not for you, but for themselves. You influence lives quietly, planting seeds that bloom years after you've walked away. Your honesty disarms people because it's free of cruelty and ego. You don't chase validation, and that alone shifts the power dynamic in every room you enter. People trust you with truths they haven't even admitted to themselves yet. You make depth feel safe in a world obsessed with surfaces. Some people mistake your softness for weakness until they feel the strength behind it. You don't manipulate, you resonate, and that resonance lingers. People remember the way you made time slow down when you paid attention to them. Your energy doesn't shout, it hums, and people feel it in their chest. You give others permission to feel deeply without shame. You make people question why they ever settled for less. Even those who walk away from you carry pieces of your influence with them. You don't realize how many people measure their growth from the moment they met you. Your empathy is magnetic because it comes without conditions. You change the trajectory of conversations, relationships, and sometimes destinies just by being yourself. People feel more alive around you, even on ordinary days. You leave people thinking long after the interaction ends. You don't compete for attention. You redefine what attention feels like. Some people will love you, some will fear you, but none will forget you. You carry an emotional intelligence that unsettles those who avoid self-reflection. You're a reminder that power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. You don't need to prove your worth. People feel it instinctively. You make people rethink what connection really means. Your presence creates a pause in chaos, and that pause is everything. You influence others simply by choosing authenticity over approval. People walk away from you seeing themselves more clearly. You don't realize how often you are the turning point in someone's story. Your impact isn't immediate, it's cumulative, and that's why it's dangerous in the best way. You make emotional depth feel normal in a shallow world. People feel stronger after surviving conversations with you. You don't rescue people. You remind them they can save themselves. Your awareness unsettles people who live on autopilot.